we live as beings in survival mode. So we're never fully reaching our divine creator potential. We're never co-creating to our highest, to our fullest, because our nervous system and these trapped energies and us, they're running us in a loop. And so we're living in this survival mode. And when we can shift out of survival mode, drop down into our bodies, heal our energy field, we can really explore our potential and those yearnings, those knowings in our heart of where we want to go, what we actually want to do. A lot of us, as we're doing this healing work, we know we're here for a greater purpose. Some of that is clearly defined. Some of that we're still learning. But that's how we shift, right? Is to get into the body and then to get into rest and digest. So Jess, Sparta, she's in bed for the night. I almost brought her as the meditation kitty, but I figured when I'm using my hands and showing you guys how to do these techniques, she might have gotten away. So next time we'll bring her. But so I wanted to bring up a question that I have been getting a lot of from, direct messages or with clients. And I want to bring up this topic with tons of empathy. So as a believer, people ask me all the time, Jen, as a believer, can you speak to, is energy healing from like an evil or not good or unholy source? So it's not my job to tell you what to believe. Please don't listen to anyone who tells you what to believe. It's just my job to share my truth with you and help you understand how I see energy healing from a believer standpoint. So let me ask you this question. When someone asks me, Jen, is energy healing evil? I start to bring the conversation around this question. Is energy healing like drinking alcohol? And you might be surprised at this answer. So if energy healing is evil, it would mean that we are going apart from light, that we are moving away from God, source, creator, holy energy when we're doing energy healing. So the reason I asked the question about is energy healing like drinking alcohol, because I think it is so easy to get wrapped up in caffeine or alcohol culture as normal and right and good and pure, but look at something such as healing as evil, as outside of the source, etc., etc. You have to find your resonance. You have to find what makes sense to you. But in my work, I have never seen anything like energy healing begin to remove the trapped trauma, trapped emotion, what we acquire here on planet Earth and store in our bodies, like energy healing. It doesn't have to be energy healing. It could be EMDR. It could be neurofeedback. It could be your own meditation. It could be imaginary prayer. Whatever you find and feels and resonates with you. But again, we're living in this fight or flight, this overactivated nervous system, and it's not until we switch that off and get into our bodies and allow the Holy Spirit within us to work through us and release trapped trauma, trapped emotion. So that is kind of what I explain my truth to people. And one thing about, there's no, if you do or don't do energy healing, that's great. If you do or don't drink alcohol, that's great. If you do or don't drink caffeine, that's great. But think about the modern culture and how we justify, mommy wine culture, like going to bed, before bed having a glass of wine. But it would be almost, some people would believe, a little satanic to do energy healing before bed. But what does energy healing do? It's bringing us back to the spirit within us, bringing us back to our divinity, connecting us in and above. Alcohol, caffeine, shuts us off. It helps us hype up so we don't feel, or it helps us numb out so we don't feel. And that's when the Spirit's trying to speak to us in those moments. So that is my truth that I'm sharing with you tonight, because I've never seen anything like energy healing heal the body from disease. So I'm going to share with you one example before we get started into the technique about this very competitive CrossFit athlete. If those of you who are into CrossFit, he can throw up, or before his illness, throw up 315 pounds in a snatch over his head. He was an All-American football player, went out of state on scholarships, blah, 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 right? Stud of a person. And I started seeing him for his health 2 years ago. And over the 2 years, we worked on his diet, we did muscle testing, we found his root cause, we brought in nutritional therapy. He got off 16 medications for his chronic kidney disease, and now he's on 0. So fast forward 2 years later, we have a really fun story because I kept seeing 1111 every time I would think about helping him or reaching out, and then we ended up working together. And now I could tell you all the 1111 synchronicities we've had, but just know it's been really, really cool to see the universe like show up and direct us, and we help him. So fast forward, we cleaned up his diet again, and he started to get these fevers and infections again. And so I'm like, okay, well, we have to find what's going on, the new or the former root cause. And I kid you not, he like had this light bulb moment that he's like, Jen, this is energetic, this is emotional, like this is fear. The kidneys are the storehouse of fear stored in my kidneys since I was 5 years old. So telling you a whole like 8 weeks worth of work in 2 seconds or 2 minutes, what I'm giving you. We did an energy healing session, and this is something I want you to think about when you're doing energy healing and why it works. So what was brought up by his spirit within him, what he was uncovering, and I was just help guiding him. We were taken back to a time when he was 5 years old in kindergarten, and what was coming up was this scar he had on his head, and he wore a hat to school, and he was being mocked and made fun of, and he had a lot of fear around it, and he had a fear of not fitting in his family because of what was, the appearance of his head, and just when you're 5 years old, that's a lot for a nervous system to process. I have this thing that makes me different. I have to go to school. What are people going to think? So what happens, how we get trapped energy and trapped trauma in our body when the nervous system can't process. So when we're little or when we're old, whenever, when an event, an emotion, a situation, a trauma is too intense and the brain can't process it, the nervous system can't process it, the brain is like a circuit board and it will flip. That switch will flip, and then the body goes, I'll take that, and it will store it. So we were in an energy and breathwork session and uncovered what was living in his kidneys, and part of it was that memory. And we have more work to do, and we've done a lot. But in that moment, we went back to, there's no time in the quantum field, and in energy healing, we work with the quantum field. So there's literally no time, no space. We went back to that time, and we worked with that kid, and we helped him take that trauma and synthesize it and work with it in his body and then release it. And what the work we did in that energy healing session with that little boy then is now changing this, I think he's probably 29-year-old guy's life, right? And helping him get back to being the athlete and the person he wants to be in the world. And what was so cool, so think of over these 2 years, diet, nutrition, supplements, we're doing all the things. And he's like, I'm still having fevers, I'm still having issues all of a sudden. And his soul was just using the body to be like, it's time. It's time to get to the root cause. Those of you who worked with me or follow my page know I am a crazy person about nutrition because of how it creates our frequency in our cells to set us up to be able to remove these traumas and emotions. But we've been preparing him over the last 2 years to now do this deep energetic work, and he's toast afterwards. He's lost some weight, he's exhausted, he's having night sweats because all of these things are coming out of his body. And I have no doubt that on the other side of this, he'll be stronger. And he has a really cool story. So not going to give away any of his personal info, but I think he'll eventually come on this page, and we'll do some speaking together, and you can hear a story from him. So what does that go to say? That no matter what, if it's energy healing, if it's EMDR, if it's neurofeedback, if it's meditation, if it's journaling, if you're not doing the subconscious work, you're not reaching your full healing potential. So, and yes, Rafi, this I'll post this on my my YouTube and then probably Instagram too. So, okay, take a deep breath. Bring your hands to your K27 point. So collarbone. Some of you have very lovely pronounced collarbones. Mine's hidden. It's in there. Bring your fingers together. Middle fingers here on your K27 point. Deep breath in. Just start to tap. Tap on this point. there's one thing you can do if you're stuck in traffic, if you're stressed out, if you need to work on a project, an assignment, lock yourself in the closet and calm down from your kids, just start tapping on this point. Eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. I'm going to read you a quote that the song lately I have been in love with. It's called I Am by Beautiful Chorus. You can slow down your tapping. You might just press here or keep tapping if you like it. Just keep some pressure here. I'm going to recite this chorus from the song I Am by Beautiful Chorus. What I seek, I am. What I want to know, I understand. All I wish I could, I can. Who I want to be, I am. Deep breath in. Bring your hands into your lap. Just let your hands fall heavy. Palms resting up on your knees. What I seek, I am. All I want to know, I understand. All I wish I could, I can. Who I want to be, I am. Deep breath. Bring your full awareness into your body. If you need a little tactical tool to do so, bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. It's very real. I know some of you might be questioning what you're sensing or feeling, but you would not have tuned into this healing if you are not sensitive to energy. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop your awareness into your body. Good. Okay, let's start this 5-point. We haven't even really started the real thing yet. Let's start this 5-point sequence of energy healing tools, and then we'll go into a little bit of a guided healing, what a lot of you are used to. So this first thing that we'll do, this is a sequence to get you out of fight or flight. So you can do this before you go to bed, when you wake up, before you start a project. If your kiddo has a bad dream, I always give this to moms. If you are feeling like you just can't think straight, take 5 minutes of your day and do this sequence, and then I promise you, you'll feel different. Okay, so first thing, just take your deep breath in, fingertips to your forehead. So your hands will line up like this in the front, and then your thumbs will be right here on the side of your head. So close your eyes down. I'll try to lead you the best I can with words, so you don't really have to look at the screen very much. And if you don't want to look at the screen, don't. And make something up if you're not sure. Okay? So deep breath in. Exhale, sink into your body. Feel your hips, your pelvis root into the surface. Deep breath in. As you exhale, press your fingers into your forehead and slowly pull them apart across your forehead. Feel the skin stretch, and that's okay. Take your fingertips, run them down the side of your face. You're going to go behind the ears, pressing firmly, post-auricular points, and then bring your hands back to heart center. Good. Now take your hands up on the inhale. Exhale, plant your fingertips firmly on the top of your head. Thumbs go anywhere to anchor your hands on the back of your head. Another deep breath in. As you exhale, pull your fingers apart, bringing the tips of your fingers down your scalp. Imagine opening up the top, the crown of your head, letting it all come out. Good. Shake off your hands, bring them to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Bring your fingertips to the very back of your head. So same way, but they're going to be on the back of your head. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your fingertips apart under your nuchal lines. Your thumbs are rooted behind your ears. Bring the energy all the way behind your ears. And hands back to heart center. Good. Let your hands fall into your lap. Just notice how your head feels. A couple of you really liked one of those points, so go ahead and go back to one of those points. Maybe you liked the forehead the most. Just pick one of those points. Deep breath in and take one more try at it. Maybe hold right when you hit that sweet spot with your fingertips. Just hold there. As you exhale, bring your hands back to your lap. Just breathe. You can already start to feel your crown, your head shifting out of that fight or flight. Good. Okay, this next part, and all of this I've learned from my mentor, Donna Eden. A lot of books, a lot of courses. She's wonderful. You can look at some of her work too. But how we can relate it to what we're doing is this. So we're going to start with the second part, the hookup. So you can kind of dig into your leggings, find your belly button with your middle finger. So you got to kind of like dig in there. My belly button's like way in there. It's a middle finger. If you feel absolutely bizarre and people are probably just jumping on and be like, what is she doing? This is great. You want to feel crazy. Okay, middle finger in the belly button. Other middle finger on your third eye. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink down, grounding your hips, your back if you're lying or sitting. Just really feel the surface coming up to support you. Good. Take a deep breath in. As you do so, lift your middle fingers up, stretching the skin up, 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 up. Hold it here. Hold it up. Hold it with pressure. And you'll be here for 5 or 15 breaths. Many of you will feel some sort of release or like spontaneous need to put your hands down. You can kind of dig back in if you want a little bit more. Wait for your body to feel a sigh. There you go. Wait for your body to feel a release. No rush if you're not there. If you felt your release, just let your hands lie in your lap, palms up, find your breath. Take a deep breath in. No matter where you're at, exhale, bring your hands to your lap. Good. You can kind of fix your pants, get yourself situated back in. That was the second part of this energy tool series, this 5-part flow. Assess how you feel. You might start to feel things come up. You might start to feel more alert, more grounded. It's your experience. This third part, we're going to bring our thumbs or our fingers, I like to use my fingers, to our neurovascular point 6. It's the most accessible to the central nervous system. And it just feels, you know, when you're like super stressed out and you grab your forehead or you're like, ugh, or when you have a headache and you want to give yourself relief, how you're just instinctively going here, intuitively going here. That's because you know intuitively, innately, that this is your neurovascular point that you want access to. Keep your fingers here, and then imagine your fingers have, or your thumbs, whatever you're using, have magnets. And without any intense pressure from yourself, not hurting yourself, you can feel your fingertips start to pull together. Imagine your fingertips coming through your scalp, working through your brain until they touch. Feel current, feel energy. Back off if it's starting to feel like too much. Or you feel like you're really trying too hard. Your body is a energy receptacle, a vessel. It's an input organism. So your only job is to receive energy, not to create it. We never create this energy. It comes from the source. Keep holding. The same power that created the body will also heal the body and fill the body with energy. Good. Take a deep breath in. Press your fingertips together a little bit firmer. On the exhale, shake your hands off. Bring your hands down by your side. You can let your hands fall in your lap. How was that? Maybe start to roll out your hips a little bit. Give gentle movement if you're sitting up. If you're lying down, you should be feeling pretty good. Okay, 2 more parts to this 5-part series. So what have we done? We did our crown pull, then we did our energy hookup, and then we did our neurovascular points. And now this is really simple. Just take your hands and start to sweep the outside of your thighs. If you're lying down, go all the way down your legs to your feet. If you're sitting, just go outside of the thighs. This is large intestine. It holds a lot of energetic crap, literally. A lot of energetic crap. So just keep sweeping. You might even do your arms, your feet. Then come back to your body, allow your eyes to close down, and just observe how you feel. Think back to just a few moments ago. 5 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. This very last one, bring your hands on an inhale, palms to heart center. This is called connecting heaven to earth. It's a great one to do when you are standing up as well, but this will allow you to bring energy from above into your heart and then push away things that you don't want to be here. So take a deep breath in, exhale, let it go. Next breath in, take your right arm up and push up, and then take your left arm, push out. And then bring your hands back to heart center, go the other direction. Just start to feel like your hands are moving through honey. You might start to notice what you're pulling out of your own heart. Good. Just a few more. It feels like you're waking up out of bed, right? It's a good one to do in the morning when you stretch. Bring your hands back to heart center. Shake your hands out, let your hands fall. In that routine, you can do it much quicker. You can do each thing for about 30 seconds and be done in just a couple of minutes. Start to settle into your space. Notice the attunement we've given to your nervous system. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, allow the body to soften from the manual adjustments. We've given the nervous system, finding gratitude for these techniques. If you do one thing for the next few minutes, just start to connect with your breath. Not worrying about what kind of intuitive thoughts or answers or images, words come to you. Your nervous system is already primed and you're ready to receive exactly what you came here for tonight. Focusing on the breath coming in, the rings around your nose. Leaving your nose touching your upper lip. Finding your breath. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, allow your hands and your feet to soften. Feel your hips and your pelvis settle in. Allow your shoulders and your shoulder blades to relax. Feel your arms fall heavy into your lap or on the surface next to you. Feel the skin on your face begin to melt. Your face feels heavy, your jaw relaxes. Your earlobes fall heavy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften your entire body. Deep breath in, bringing your attention to your spine. As you exhale, starting at the base of your neck, work the energy down your back, connecting every single vertebrae to relaxation. Notice the energy move at its own pace through the spine until it hits your sacrum, when you feel your whole pelvic bowl relax and open up. Notice what it's like to be in this moment without time, without place, and just float. Notice the bliss that you're creating, almost like you never want this moment to end. Paying attention to your feet. Imagine your feet growing heavier and heavier. Almost like there's cement in your feet that's solidifying them completely still, completely relaxed. Through your feet, you'll start to receive this energy coming up through your legs, traveling into your sacral chakra right around your belly button. Traveling up into your heart. Asking the Spirit to invigorate your body completely. While you surrender to just receive exactly what you're here to receive in this moment. Check in, see if you're feeling very connected to your body. If not feeling as connected if you would like, bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Notice the feel of your hands on your body feels like home. I am safe. I am home. Not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to give you a question, and you're going to allow your intuition, the Spirit in you, this energy to guide you through images, words, inner knowing, or just peace. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, I am here to create. What am I here to create? Giving yourself this space and this time for the Spirit to speak to you. What I seek, I am. What I want to know, I understand. All I wish I could, I can. Who I want to be, I am. Deep breath in. So you exhale. Let your body soften. One more wave. I am here to create. Feel your energy drifting into the mind. Just take a deep breath. As you exhale, like an elevator ride down, slip your awareness back into your heart and into your belly. Imagine the mind being placed in a vase of water. It's floating and taking up space with no work and no effort. Bring your hands back to this K27 point on your collarbone that we started with. Begin to tap. Bringing your energies back into harmony. Crossing over out of homolateral patterns. Into creativity, out of fight or flight. Into divine nature, out of survival mode. I am here to create. Allow yourself to fill in the blank. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to heart center. Feel the energy of every single person in the now, healing with you on the replay. Remember, time doesn't exist in the quantum field. Feel this massive wave of those receiving this healing. Gratitude for healing together. So when we all do our healing, we can show up in this world as the best version of ourselves and make this earth a better place. Stay here in this bliss and this healing as long as you would like. Thank you so much for joining me. You can continue to meditate. So one announcement I want to make is, by popular request, I have started a yoga and energy healing online library that's now available. So if you're interested in weekly energy healing meditations, yoga, prayer, all of these different modalities in one platform, you can send me a message. I'll be posting more about that, but it's up and ready on my Thinkific platform. I'd be happy to send you the link. It's just $44 a month to subscribe and get weekly healing. So thank you so much for joining me. I can feel all of your hearts wide open. You're in your creator energy, out of survival mode. And I encourage you to stay here, journal a little bit, drift off to sleep, or just daydream and allow the Spirit to speak to you about what you're here to create. Have a good night.